Hello and welcome to this lesson on antibiotics, uses and resistance. By the end of this video, you should be able to explain how antibiotics treat bacterial infections, describe why antibiotics do not work against viruses, analyze how antibiotic resistance develops. Let's get started. Antibiotics are medicines that tackle the actual cause of certain diseases rather than just making you feel better for a short time. When harmful bacteria enter the body, they can multiply very quickly and spread throughout the body, causing illness. Antibiotics help by attacking these bacteria directly. Some antibiotics kill the bacteria, while others stop them from reproducing and increasing in number. As the number of bacteria decreases, the immune system has a much easier job destroying the remaining bacteria and clearing the infection. This helps the body recover and allows the patient to become healthy again. One common mistake is to think that all bacteria can be treated in the same way. In reality, different bacteria require different antibiotics. Just as different keys open different locks, different antibiotics are designed to target different types of bacteria. When a patient has a bacterial infection, doctors must identify the type of bacteria involved and choose the correct antibiotic to treat it. You can see in this diagram that each bacterial species is matched with a specific antibiotic. When the correct antibiotic is used, the bacteria are destroyed, the infection is treated, and the patient can recover successfully. Now let's look at how antibiotics actually target bacteria. Antibiotics work by interfering with important processes inside bacterial cells. Some antibiotics stop bacteria from building their cell walls. Without a strong cell wall, the bacteria become damaged and may burst. Other antibiotics prevent bacteria from making proteins. Since proteins are essential for growth, repair, and reproduction, the bacteria can no longer function properly. Notice that these targets are found in bacterial cells, but not in the same form in human cells. This means antibiotics can attack the bacteria while leaving most of the body's own cells unharmed. This is known as selective toxicity, and it is what makes antibiotics such effective treatments for bacterial infections. Antibiotics are very effective at treating bacterial infections, but they do not work against viruses. This is because viruses are very different from bacteria. Unlike bacteria, viruses do not have their own cell structures and cannot reproduce on their own. Instead, they invade body cells and use the cell's machinery to make more viruses. Take a look at the diagram. Bacteria can be targeted and destroyed by antibiotics because they contain structures such as cell walls and protein-making machinery. Viruses do not have these structures. Since antibiotics have no target to attack, they have no effect on viral infections. Because viruses reproduce inside our own cells, destroying them without damaging healthy body tissues is much more difficult. This is why antibiotics cannot treat viral illnesses such as common cold, flu, and COVID-19. Let's compare bacteria and viruses. Although both can cause disease, they are very different from one another. Bacteria are living, single-celled organisms. They are relatively large and can reproduce independently by cell division. Viruses, on the other hand, are much smaller and are not considered living cells. They cannot reproduce by themselves and must enter a host cell to make more viruses. Bacteria contain cell structures such as a cell wall, cytoplasm, and ribosomes. Viruses do not have these structures. This difference is important because antibiotics target structures and processes found in bacterial cells. As a result, antibiotics can be used to treat bacterial diseases such as tuberculosis and cholera. However, they cannot be used to treat viral diseases such as the common cold, flu, or COVID-19. One of the biggest challenges in modern medicine is antibiotic resistance. Let's see how it develops. In a large population of bacteria, a random mutation may give one bacterium resistance to a particular antibiotic. When the antibiotic is used, most of the bacteria are killed. However, the resistant bacterium survives because the antibiotic no longer affects it. With less competition for space and nutrients, the surviving bacterium reproduces rapidly. As it reproduces, it passes the resistance gene to its offspring. Over time, the number of resistant bacteria increases until a large proportion of the population is resistant to that antibiotic. As a result, infections become much harder to treat, making antibiotic resistance a major concern for healthcare systems around the world. Fortunately, there are several ways to slow the development of antibiotic resistance. First, antibiotics should only be used when they are genuinely needed and prescribed by a healthcare professional. It is also important that patients complete the full course of treatment, even if they begin to feel better. If treatment is stopped too early, some bacteria may survive. These surviving bacteria can continue to reproduce and may spread resistance to future generations. By using antibiotics responsibly, we can reduce the spread of antibiotic resistance and help keep these medicines effective for future patients. Now let's work through some exam-style questions. You can pause the video and try it yourself. Let's begin with question number 1. Why are antibiotics effective against bacteria, but not against viruses? Antibiotics target processes found in bacterial cells, such as cell wall formation and protein synthesis. Viruses reproduce inside host cells and do not have these structures, so antibiotics cannot affect them. Question number 2. A patient stops taking antibiotics before completing the full course. Explain one possible consequence. Some bacteria may survive and mutate, leading to antibiotic resistance, making future infections harder to treat. Question number 3. Explain how penicillin treats a bacterial infection. Penicillin prevents bacteria from forming a cell wall, causing the bacteria to burst and die while leaving host cells unharmed.